So I made a video a couple days ago talking about my school project, and I made it about how social media is impacting young men. Somebody in the comments mentioned the show I brought up, which is called Adolescence. It was produced in the UK, and they are pushing to show it in secondary schools in Britain. And he said, I appreciate the show. I appreciate what you wrote. Maybe I'll try to pin the comment somewhere. But that show is anti-male propaganda. So I watched it. I did not get that sentiment. I do see the idea and why people feel that way. I looked online, lots of people feel that way about it. And I think a lot of it comes from how the show centers Jamie's descent. He's shown as angry, isolated. He's consuming a lot of misogynistic content online, and maybe content that's pushing, toxic ideas about gender. And it doesn't really give a positive image on boyhood, or even his father, who's seen as like that classic typical angry dad in the house, like the type of guy you avoid when he's angry. But the creator, Stephen Graham, he plays Jamie's dad, the protagonist in the show, and he co-wrote the show with Jack Thorne. They came up with the idea after seeing multiple real-life news stories about teenage boys stabbing girls in different parts of the UK and seeing them back to back. And he said, quote unquote, it hurt his heart. And he said, why are we seeing this pattern? What's going wrong? So he wanted to make a show just shedding a light on what's happening. Jack Thorne, he made Skins, or Harry Potter, Cursed Child, and Toxic Town. Sorry, not made. He was just part of the teams. And now he joined to make Adolescence. They purposely avoided blaming the parents or painting the family as dysfunctional. Instead, the narrative asks, what if this could happen in a loving, stable home? So Graham said he told Thorne, you can't make Jamie's parents abusive or alcoholic. We need a story where it couldn't be dismissed as, oh, these toxic people did that. So Thorne went deep into the incel and manosphere content to actually do his research so that the story would feel real and frightening. And he even said that reading what Jamie consumes, he could see how a younger version of himself might fall for that flawed logic. That's part of why the show resonates. It's drawing from stuff that's really out there. So I think it actually is in defense of young boys, because just what I read right there, like he's saying that if he was a young boy and he had maybe not a positive role model or somebody in his life, then maybe he could even be swayed into believing this stuff. And when you really go down the rabbit hole, honestly guys, go search for yourself. Like, it's crazy what's out there. So they wanted to start a conversation to be shown in schools, even in Parliament, to ask how social media, misogyny, parental disconnection, and school systems are contributing to this crisis. And yes, I am looking at the script, okay? I'm sorry, I could not remember all of this. So that's it. If that's the intention, why is it not propaganda? Propaganda simplifies. It has a message and it sells you a viewpoint without nuance. Adolescence does the opposite. It focuses on one specific kid in a specific situation, not on old boys or masculinity in general. And it doesn't tell you what to think. It just presents a spiral of influences and then leaves you with a bunch of unanswered questions. And at no point does it say old boys are like Jamie. It's more like, this could happen. How do we stop it? The creator explicitly didn't want to blame the family because that would let viewers off the hook. It's about all of us, the culture, parenting, tech, schools, not just about boys. And if you actually watch the show, it shows how the lack of support that the teachers have. They go to the school to investigate after the murder happens, and you see these super full classrooms. The teacher can't manage everything. They're left alone. They're exhausted, and that's how they're portrayed. So I think they just wanted to create a real world dialogue of the reality, what it's like. I remember being in middle school, and honestly, I feel like it portrayed a really unmanaged or not well managed school really well, because I went to a really unmanaged school. We got maced in the face. It's on the news. You can look it up. Critically, so this show, I just feel like they wanted to create a real world dialogue. Politicians have talked about it. Schools are screening it, and parents have shared how it makes them rethink their conversations. That impact is not consistent with propaganda. It's consistent with great storytelling, in my opinion. So yes, the show does tackle some very dark ideas about a young male character, but it's not trying to create an umbrella term that this is on all men or all young boys. It's scrutinizing how some vulnerable boys can be neglected by society and pick up destructive ideologies as a result. I don't think it's propaganda. In my personal opinion, just a girl, you can leave your opinion in the comments, feel free to. I think it's just a call to action almost, but not like unlike propaganda. It doesn't give neat answers or a shiny little moral conclusion at the end. It makes you sit with just the complexity of the situation, just the sadness that this is a reality of our society. Like, that's how I felt at the end. It didn't feel like it gave like a nice good ending or one person to be angry about like some like propaganda would. So I see it as, you know, stop ignoring boys. And I think we can't just accept that this is going to be the reality. And I think that we need great role models, build confidence in our youth, and give them great critical thinking skills, because at the end of the day, they hold the power. Even when it comes to social media, when people spam block somebody, we can actually get them off the internet. Like, if you go on TikTok right now, you can't see anything about Andrew Tate. It's all taken down. I even made a satirical video about Andrew Tate that was taken down. It said it was taken down for hate. So yeah, what did you get from it? If you haven't watched, if you have watched it, if you haven't, I think you should watch it. I think it is a really great show, get you thinking. Yeah, do you think it was propaganda? Do you think it's not? Let me know in the comments, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.